Good Lord.
Yeah, it used to be live because you used to be able to just stream Zoom to Facebook live, and
Right.
then one
Oh
day it
yeah,
didn't
because
work.
there. I remember that. Yeah, because there was that lady who said terrible things about me.
I don't remember who that was. Was it my mom?
What's her last name?
DeRuiter Reitzma? No, it wasn't her. She never watched. Mom.
Yeah.
Oh,
My
before I
mom, my
piss
mom lives in
everybody,
Mexico.
before I lose all of my friends with this episode, I just want to say I'm thankful for because Canadian Thanksgiving just happened this weekend. I want to say I'm thankful that pedophiles routinely get beaten to death in prison. That's what I'm
Mm,
thankful for.
I know what you're referring to.
Because the singer of Lost Prophets, he didn't get beaten to death, he got stabbed, but still, it's a nice sentiment.
But his throat was slashed. Is that right?
Well, I didn't get the juicy graphic details, but
Well,
sure.
I might have gotten them, but I'm not. I don't even know and what's real. But did you ever listen to their music?
I fucking when it first came out and before I found out he was a demon, I loved it.
Oh
Like in
yeah.
2003, 2004, back when I used to get free CDs, that was
Mhm.
one of the ones that I took that I'd never heard of and I was like fucking into it and I'm scared to go back and listen to it because I might still like the song and I don't even want to put that in my brain. I just remember really liking one of the songs back then because I got the CD and I had a T-shirt, and I used to wear a Lost Prophets T-shirt in 2003, 2004.
Oh, let's get some pictures of that and spread them around.
There was no camera phones back then, thank God. I
There
can't get
were
milkshaked up.
cameras.
Yeah,
I
there
know we
were.
had this discussion before. You think you're Generation X, but you're not.
No,
You're
that's the years that I started being a photographer and falling in love with it.
Oh wait, yeah, you were actually a photographer. That's
Yeah.
right.
That's when I
Ah,
learned how to use a DSLR. Because when I was like a teenager, I was like, I really want to take photography. And then I was like, it's too hard. It's got to be too hard, or everybody would be doing it. And then I went to college and I took journalism. And one of the parts of the journalism curriculum was learning how to take pictures. And it was way fucking easier than I thought it was. And I was like, I should have just been doing this the whole time.
except that there's taking pictures. I mean, you can be a photographer, but you can also be a photographer. And
Hmm.
it's definitely I know people who they can't help but take amazing pictures no matter what they do, even on the shittiest with the shittiest equipment,
Hmm.
because they have whatever that is that
The eye, they just walk around being like, mm-hmm,
it's even more than that.
mm-hmm,
It's more than that.
mm-hmm,
It's something ineffable.
mm-hmm. It's a gift.
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
God
don't know.
given. It's magic.
I feel like I take good pictures, but I'm obviously not getting paid to do that anymore.
Yeah.
I did once in a while.
Well,
I,
I've
what?
worked with people who were unquestionably talented. They were just better than everybody else.
Hmm.
I and it was not because of you can be good. You can framing and composition. We can all figure it out.
Hmm.
Like everybody's got good taste. Most people don't. But
Just throw everybody under the bus.
yeah. But yeah, like in this case, she would just it was just magic. It was magic.
Oh,
Who knows?
nice.
Who knows what the special ingredient is? I don't want to know because I prefer mystery.
That's a good way to look at life.
Hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to talk about how I'm gonna piss off all my friends?
Yeah, please.
I just got to take some time on this podcast and just suck Donald Trump's dick right to the balls
Oh,
because he ended the war in Israel. Now, before we get into it and how Netanyahu's at this moment probably breaking the ceasefire, he is definitely in Syria and Lebanon, most likely, like on the Golan Heights, all that stuff. But I just got to give the guy his props because Donald Trump is a man child and he only does things that he feels will get him the most positive attention. So if we all point out what he does right, he will let it go to his head because he's an egomaniac and maybe he will do more things that we like that are right. And before you jump in and tell me why I'm wrong, which I probably am, I just want to say all the reasons why Donald Trump deserves to have his dick sucked. One, it's the Israel thing. Two, it's just proving once and for all that the entire US economy is fake and gay, to steal a term from Candace Owens and Sam Tripoli, where I first heard it. He also showed us that offshoring all of our jobs in the 90s was a giant mistake, because you can't just correct that and make it go bad without fucking just ruining your trade relationships with everybody else by trying to do tariffs to onshore your jobs. He is actively trying to stop doing as many wars and regime change wars. He's never started a war, although he did for like a long time with the Israel thing. After his initial ceasefire in January, he did kind of just fucking let Netanyahu do whatever he wanted. Not as bad as Biden did. Biden still takes the cake on that. Is he still around? Is he still alive?
I read recently that he was having some trouble booking speaking appointments.
Because he can't speak, or nobody wants him to speak.
Yeah, nobody wants to pay him to speak. He's not getting like any gigs.
I can't believe he'd even try. You figure that guy would just like try to hide so people forget about how mentally ill he was at the end.
A lot like his presidency. I mean, he was
Yeah.
not there, but anyway, continue.
I mean, at
You're,
least Joe,
you
the least Joe Biden could have done was get someone like Cheney to be a good puppet master, like George Bush did. Although Cheney was evil, so it was bad. But whoever was the puppet master for Biden was just a fucking
Yeah, this is where I'm if you want me to comment.
yeah. Okay, wait, one more thing.
Yeah.
So Trump, I just want to say I don't like Trump. I just want to suck his dick for a bit, but I still don't like him. And I'm a fucking hipster about it because I hated him before he was cool to hate him. I've hated him since like the very beginning of the Apprentice days
When was it
because
ever not cool to hate Donald Trump?
well now everybody
Some
hates
of
him
us have been
because
hating
he's
Donald Trump
president.
since the 80s.
Yeah, there you go. Those are the true OG hipsters. I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about people who didn't start hating him until 2016, when they somehow pretended Hillary Clinton wasn't a devil, and because she wasn't Donald Trump. But I just want to say, even though I hate the guy, I do love that he is just such an egomaniac that he can't keep his mouth shut. So he just like fucking somehow in like felt ass bat like almost Forrest Gump level just showed us everything that was wrong with the world just by fucking it up and making it so obviously clear that the States is almost an oligarchy. It's like on its very last limbs of becoming one, and that we actually do need antitrust laws down there because they just kind of let all the media merge into one, and just how much everybody was fucking each other with all these deals, and basically everybody was just letting China make everything and building themselves up. So I don't think he deserves a Nobel Peace Prize, even though he did supposedly help in seven peacemaking operations between a bunch of different countries. I don't want to look into that to find out the logistics of it, or the like if it's legitimate
Well,
or
the
not.
Nobel Peace Prize goes to warmongers, though. It
Yeah,
goes
that's
to
true. I
people
mean,
like Henry
Obama won
Kissinger
one.
and Obama. You know,
Did Kissinger get one?
I don't know,
Oh.
but once in a while they get it right with with the Bob Dylan. No wars. So you're going on and on about Biden and Trump and whomever Netanyahu, but these people are all they're all garbage.
Well, Netanyahu is
Bob
a
Dylan,
demon.
one name a war that Bob Dylan started. There isn't one. And I'll even, you probably think I'm being silly, and I am, but Leonard Cohen,
Touche. Yeah.
Leonard Cohen, on the other hand, very possibly deep state operative.
He does. Leonard Cohen does get an award for letting Old Daly. The first time I ever heard anal sex in media was Leonard Cohen.
Give me crack and anal sex.
Yeah. And I was like, I don't know what either things those
What
are,
is
but
it?
I want them.
Cut down every tree that's left and stick it up the hole in your culture.
Yeah.
That's like my favorite Leonard Cohen song, and I got some issues with Leonard Cohen. Trust
Dude,
me.
that was the first Leonard Cohen song I heard. I was like, this guy's amazing. And then I went to listen to other stuff and I was like, it's just all spoken word.
There's that great. The
Boo.
future has the line. I'm gonna get it wrong. I'll paraphrase it. I'll try my best, but
Hmm.
you'll see your woman And this is after a litany of the most uh, foreboding images. This book came out 89, 90, and it felt prescient then. Now, Jesus. But you'll see your woman hanging upside down, her features covered by her fallen gown, and all the lousy little poets coming around trying to sound like Charlie Manson and the white man dancing.
Wow.
Not Ted Danson, dancing. Incredible, incredibly powerful stuff. And
Hmm.
now we know more about Manson than we did in 1990.
Yeah. I
He,
literally everything I know about Manson I learned from that book. The fuck was it called?
Chaos.
Yes. Such a good book.
Great, great book. Possibly a limited hangout. I interviewed him.
Wait, wait,
Um,
wait,
I,
wait,
I
wait,
did
wait,
one of the
wait.
first interviews.
Wait, 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 wait. Just for the audience sake, because some of them aren't up to snuff with all this conspiracy lingo.
We don't use that word.
What is oh, um anyways, what does limited hangout mean? I have a rough idea, but or am I putting you on the
It
spot?
means it means when information is uh, permitted, disseminated, that satisfies the public's their craving, their hunger for
Mm.
some truth about the crimes of state. And so what the state does is it tells you so much, but meanwhile is maybe concealing things that are worse.
Okay,
So
so it's
a great example, and this is
yes.
where the phrase, at least as I know it, comes from, was with Watergate, which we talked about a couple of episodes ago.
Yeah.
But I think it was John Dean or Haldeman or somebody in the inner circle confessed that, yeah, the whole Watergate thing was a quote modified limited hangout, meaning,
Mm.
there was a confession up to a point that there were shenanigans in the White House, but there was also a distraction
Mm.
and a concealing and occluding of a deeper and
Yeah.
much more terrible truth. That's
Yeah,
a
it's
limited
kind of
hangout. So I say that about Chaos because I think it's a fantastic book, but what it does, and I think Tom O'Neill did a great. That's the author, and I spoke to him, and I think he's a sincere guy for sure.
hmm.
But it did get published, which is always that's always
That's true.
interesting, and uh there was already a pretty ferocious theory out there about Manson as an informant, as being an asset,
Hmm.
and that there were people involved in the story, and their names are in the book, like people like Louis Jolyon West, and that Manson was part of some program to poison the counterculture,
Yeah.
poison the 60s counterculture. And I mean that's just one of I think that's one of the.
I 100% believe that, by the way.
Oh, I think so. I think the evidence is I think it's pretty conclusive at this point, whether people want to accept it or not.
And
But
I
but I
feel
but I
like
think but I still think there are very important things that are being left out of the story.
one
And
one question I want to ask before we move on to anything else was the Jack Ruby how Jolly West like saw Jack Ruby in prison and then like just blew up his mind with LSD. Is that the first encounter we have with super fast acting cancer that he gave to Jack
it's
Ruby?
it's definitely the first one that I think is well known and that I can think of.
Yeah.
So shortly after that, you had the church committee hearings. That was in the early 70s or mid 70s in the States.
73.
73, thank you. So one of the things, same year that Graham Parsons' Grievous Angel album came out, he died that year. Graham Parsons, person of interest. But anyway, uh, yeah,
I
what was
love
it?
your asides because I would never know any of this about Graham Parsons.
One of the things that the church committee um, revealed was that the CIA had been working on injectable cancers.
Mm. Yeah, and the reason I know it was 1973 was because I did a couple episodes on MK Ultra on the Dale show. You could go back and watch that. But what happened was, like, I think O'Neill went through the maybe O'Neill got his hands, 4 Chaos got his hands on financial records from MK Ultra. Because what happened was the church committee told the CIA that they were going to look into them. So the CIA told them to fucking burn everything. And what they did was they burned all their MK Ultra files. But the only reason we know about MK Ultra was there was a separate office where they had kept all the financial records from all the
Financial.
money they put to support
Yeah.
MK Ultra, because apparently the CIA is just full of fucking book nerds who are petty and want to know who they gave money to.
Yeah, and
So
it's a bureaucracy, so it's very inefficient and fucks up all the time.
yeah, and it's like I feel like I talk about this like every chance I get, which I do. But so did Tim O'Neill, did he
Tom.
go Tom O'Neill, did he go through those
No,
records? Because
no,
he
no,
was
no.
talking
So,
in the book about going through records, and I couldn't remember which ones they
oh
were.
no, he found something equally, if not more, compelling.
Yeah.
um, he
Which is
found
which could be more proof that it's a limited hangout, that he got this like compelling proof that you're talking about, that you're just about to explain.
he was allowed access to Louis Jolyon West's, and just for our viewers out there, Louis Jolyon West was oh my God, where do you start with this guy? He was a CIA psychiatrist, although his affiliation with the CIA was never proven until recently.
Was
And
he was the guy Joe Rogan always talks about him. So the way he's Jolly West is connected to our stories was he was a doctor at the free clinic that Manson went to, wasn't he?
he was, yeah, he was, but he was also overseeing some sort of project there. They were introducing certain drugs into the
Mm-hmm.
community, including speed. That was, I think, the one they were most interested in. And then you had the free clinic, and you also had his parole officer, Manson's parole officer. And between these three individuals, Manson was allowed to go about his business, even though he was breaking parole all over the place
Mm-hmm.
and should have been, shouldn't have been out. And he was visiting the free clinic, which was associated, it turns out, with Louis Jolyon West and therefore the CIA. He was attending there with all of the family, which isn't really a thing with it, but with his people, his girls, whatever. I mean, he was
Mm-hmm.
pimping them out. That's another thing that's really not really
Ooh.
understood. But he would take them there because they had were constantly getting pregnant and getting STDs,
Mm-hmm.
and they just became persons of interest, and him in particular. But how much he was handled, you can't say, but
Mm-hmm.
was he handled? Unquestionably. And those men that were well, there's his parole officer who I think it was his parole officer who ended up adopting one of his children,
Ooh.
and they
Like
to this day,
actual
like,
children or
yeah, yeah,
oh
yeah, he had
crazy.
many.
Why would you
Yeah, no,
adopt?
it's like it's crazy stuff. But no, but to answer your question, what Tom O'Neill found, he was allowed access to Louis Jolyon West's files, personal files,
Mm-hmm.
which are held at Yale University, the CIA university, one of them. And he talks about it in the book. He spent months and months and months just like going through all these papers, and he found a letter that had been misfiled.
Mm.
And it was a letter between Louis Jolyon West and Sidney Gottlieb, who was
Oh,
the architect.
dude.
He ran the entire program for the
Sidney
CIA.
Gottlieb, anybody at
Yeah.
home, if you want to hear some fucking hilarious shit, go look up how Sidney Gottlieb tried to like came up with ideas to kill Castro.
See, that's a limited hangout. They
Yeah.
can talk about, exploding cigars and shellfish toxins and so forth, but they were working on injectable cancer.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's a part of me that wonders if they wanted to get Castro, they would have got him.
Oh,
And this
definitely.
is I'm gonna circle right back to the beginning of your stupid show,
Mhm.
and and
Our
say like
stupid show.
our stupid. No,
If you're here, you're part
I'm
of this, Adrian.
I'm sitting in. I'm like I can't remember who.
A pinch hitter.
Yeah, I'm a pinch hitter. Fuck, what was I gonna say?
I don't know.
Yeah, your whole premise is faulty. I know you want to suck Donald Trump's penis, which tastes like gold.
If only it tasted like gold. If only. It probably
It
tastes
tastes
like
like accidental success. I
been
mean,
acting or whatever
I
that.
don't like he's not in charge of anything. Why would you even present it that way? Just no more than Biden was. They're not in charge. They are figureheads. He's and sure, there's some sort of there's a margin of uh, observable behavior and attitude that
Yeah.
that separates them. But he ended nothing, and that's outside of the fucking question of like really ceasefire, really, who knows? But
Hmm.
uh, Trump, no, come on, he's the most one of the most interesting things, best lines I heard about Trump. And again, this is speaking to what you were saying, because you're saying he stumbled into the presidency and he stumbled into a sort of a kind of, and it is interesting that he's become the megaphone for certain uncomfortable truths about the U.S. political system and the world.
Hmm.
Whether you like him or not, once in a while he says something that's kind of true, and you don't know why he says it. I don't know why. I can't speculate.
I
I
feel
don't
like he
care.
just blurts it out without
He
like
kind of
thinking about it.
blurts it out, and yeah, and but it's so one of the best lines I ever heard about him is he's an honest crook. Like
Yeah.
Biden,
Hmm.
whoever that guy was, he left us a long time ago.
Yeah.
But he was so who he was a fucking piece of shit. He was a monster
Hmm.
his entire political career, and then he was your fucking friendly, stupid grandpa. No, he was always a monster. But dishonest crook. All the
Yeah.
Democrats are dishonest crooks. They will fucking lie and lie and lie and lie to win your approval. Trump doesn't do that. He doesn't lie to win or say anything to win anybody's approval, right?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe there's some game on some level, but mostly he's like you say, he's blurting it out. He's an honest crook. Don't like him. That's not to defend him, but it does make him, in my mind, much more useful in, I guess, in my efforts to understand things
Yeah.
than a Biden or a Kamala Harris or a Barack Obama, who is like the perfect example of a dishonest crook. They're like
Hmm.
nothing that man says has any fucking weight or substance ever,
Yeah. But he did
ever.
say it with a fucking caramel smooth voice.
Yeah, which is overrated, I must say. And
I
speaking of
don't know. Of the
CIA, look into Barack
presidents,
Obama's mom. I mean, fuck, I'm so dead.
yeah, you are.
I can't say these things online.
Oh, dude, other people say him online, but they're probably also limited hangouts. Like why he
I
killed his
listen. This is
cook.
my guarantee to you,
Yeah.
the Outrage Factory listener.
Hmm.
Here's my guarantee. I'm not a limited hangout. I'm like I hang out
Limitedly. Yeah.
pretty unlimited. No, I don't even know. I'm not working for anyone. I'm nobody's asset. I might be an unwitting asset. I mean, maybe I'm being puppeteered and I don't fucking know it because maybe they're that good.
That would
But
suck because then we don't get any money out of it. Like, I don't know. I feel like I don't have enough reach to be anybody's like puppet, but although if I was someone's puppet, I feel like we'd have a larger audience.
there was a debate with among some friends just a few nights ago concerning a person we all know who's entered our lives very suddenly and very loudly. And
Oh my god. That's hilarious. Just this like got loud guy wants to be all your friends and you guys are all like fed.
was a woman, and yeah,
Does she try to sleep with anybody?
I would say yes.
Is she like trying to be sexy but a tiny bit awkward about it? Like it's like almost like she seems like she's had a lot of sex, but she's like awkward where it's like she hasn't, and you're like, why are you so thirsty for our attention?
We're talking about two people now because it's a team.
It's a team. There's two girls. Okay,
Well,
Adrian,
I don't even want to say that much.
for our
There's two
audience,
people. There's two people.
don't give up the
And
secrets unless you get at least a threesome.
but I don't want that. You
Do
know.
you know any good secrets that they would send a honeypot after you? Are you
No, it's not.
more
Oh,
exciting?
I'm not the target of this operation.
Oh my God, that's even better. You get a watch from the sidelines. Take notes,
Yeah.
make a
No,
novel.
let me put it this way. It's a much more mundane sort of law enforcement thing.
Take
But
notes, make a Canadian novel.
You think I'm not taking notes? I'm on your fucking
Nice.
show
Oh
saying way
man.
too much.
We're gonna have a true crime story about how this girl bedded all of Adrian's friends and broke up their
No, no,
marriages
but
on
that's not where
Salt
it's going.
Spring Island. Call it Sex Spring Island.
They actually call it Bed Spring Island.
Oh, that's old person-y. That's not sexy at all. Oh,
It's also known as an argument surrounded by water.
that's what happens. You get a bunch of people and they're like, you're gonna live peacefully in this island paradise, and they're like, I'll find something to complain about. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Because as humans, we need something to strive against. Otherwise, we feel like we're sitting still and moving backwards.
This is true, and
It's in our blood.
that's a big part of what's wrong with culture right now is that
That's
everything's now permitted, and when everything's permitted, nothing matters, and nothing sticks. How could you possibly care? Growing up, I had the moral majority to fight against. I had right-wing Christians to fight against. I had the British establishment to fight against. They were old and fusty and laughable, and they had too much power, and without them I had no power, unfortunately. John Cleese, this is a thing that's been going around recently. John Cleese has been complaining about uh, the world and how it's impossible to make comedy anymore. And he's
yeah.
right because for that reason, there's nothing to fucking kick against except
Hmm.
the things that are, what has become common mainstream acceptable culture. You can kick against that, but
Hmm.
it's dangerous. It's really dangerous.
Yeah. Remember the good old days when the right wing were the pearl clutchers?
Yes, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. That we were talking about it a while ago. I just wanted to ask you this question. It's not really a good segue or a topic we need to delve into too much, but have you noticed that like a lot of like media personnel are like announcing they're not suicidal?
Yeah. Well, I'm only aware of that because somebody sent me a link to something today. I can't remember who or why.
I bet he was handsome.
I bet he looked like Benjamin Franklin.
Oh. That's why I cut my hair so short so I don't get fucking misrepresented. That would be a wicked costume. Oh man, that'd be such a good fucking Halloween
For you,
costume.
it would be. My
Yeah,
son last year, my son, he was 14, and he for Halloween he was the dude from Big Lebowski, and it
nice,
was fucking uncanny how good he did his costume, and it was brilliant, including
nice.
the beard. And but he got sort of almost creepily into the character for days. We couldn't get him out. We had to shake him to stop him from fucking being Jeff Bridges all the time. I have a great picture of him drinking a carton of milk at the grocery store here.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, you sorry to bring up Quaker Oats, but
That's fine.
so these celebrities are I know I was aware that Theo Vaughn had a fucking breakdown on stage and said whatever, I don't know, who cares. But yeah, so they're all saying don't worry, I'm not suicidal.
Yeah, which is if I was
Wow.
a suicidal person and I wanted to like make people pay for the misery I've experienced myself, which is all mostly my own fault, I would definitely be like, guys, I'm not suicidal right before I committed suicide. If I was
Oh,
that type of person.
are you suggesting that's what's going to happen?
No. But it's almost ironic that when like because who we're talking about is Theo Vaughn, like Adrian mentioned, Marjorie Taylor Greene and Candace Owens are all like, we're not suicidal, blah.
So three totally unimportant, meaningless, frivolous people that we are stuck with.
Yeah.
We only know their names because they're not of your world. Carry on.
Candace Owens is of my world. I listen to her podcast
Yeah, I know you're a
all the
big
time.
Candace Owens fan
All
now.
the time. I'm not a big fan. She does get a little too God is great, which is like I'm like
God is
Netanyahu.
great.
Netanyahu is turning me on to Jesus because Netanyahu is actually a demon, and I was like, well, if fucking evil like this exists, Jesus is probably real, so I should probably keep that open as a backdoor to just be
Remember
like,
when you
yo,
texted me weeks ago and went, "How long has Netanyahu been an actual demon, Mac?" Remember that?
yeah, and
And I wrote
because
back like 10,000 years or something.
yeah, since he began power in the 90s or whatever it was, when he said, hey, can
No,
you
he's
go?
from fucking the before times. He's been around forever.
Yeah.
I watched that Sam Raimi movie, Drag Me to Hell, last night. You ever seen that?
Yeah, I saw it when it came out. I haven't seen it in a long
Did you?
time. Is
Sweet.
Netanyahu in that?
He's all over it in a, in a sort of poetic sense, a
Oh
darkly
yeah.
poetic sense. Um, there are people have pointed out that the movie JFK by Oliver Stone was produced by a man whose name escapes me for the moment, but it turns out he was Mossad,
Oh
and
really?
so yeah, who was it now? He Arnan Milchan, yeah, Arnan Milchan.
Hmm. You know, I haven't even seen that movie,
Did you
JFK.
see? That's fucking ridiculous. Fix that tonight, idiot.
It's so
But
long.
it is, but it's worth it. Yeah, it's very, it's a fast 3 hours. Trust me.
Oh, okay.
You'd love it. But you saw the whole Barry Weiss thing, right? Where she pretended she was interviewing a guy from Mossad and then pretended she didn't know what the Mossad even was now, whatever what is it even? And
Oh,
because she is fucking Mossad. And then Tim Dillon did the best spoof of that. So
oh
you
yeah.
didn't see it, otherwise you'd be pissed.
Barry
Barry.
Weiss for this whole CBS deal. Did you see that? Okay, so in the political sphere. So Barry Weiss is this
Yeah,
chick
or
who started what was
times and she was an establishment journalist who her whole role was being the sort of millennial hipster,
yeah,
right?
and then and the whole time, just like everybody else, she was a fucking Zionist who was like super like putting up for the Jews. And then so her free press that she started got bought by CBS for hundreds of millions of dollars, which everybody was like, it's not worth this. That's one of the things Tim Dillon was always talking about. And then she, as part of the deal, she got to be like a news director for CBS.
Something like that.
And CBS stock went down like 10% since this has all happened.
They had any look. I mean, it's at that point. I know I used this phrase last time, but it's like, network television is a zombie.
Hmm.
It's completely hollow. Nobody cares. I could have, I had a friend in Vancouver I haven't spoken to since prior to COVID. But he was working for Global. And even then, 5 years ago, when there was still a semblance of, I don't know,
Hmm.
some sort of action inside the media world, he said, "Oh, it's crazy. We're broadcasting for about 150 senior citizens at this point."
Yeah. Well, it's just such a terrible like model. They're just like, okay, let's put this out there and then maybe people will record it, they won't. Like fucking do exactly what you're doing, but make it a podcast. Make it available as a podcast. Do like just take that, put it on YouTube, put the exact product on YouTube, but they're all too scared of losing advertising dollars that they wouldn't take it and just like encapsulate like a news show on YouTube.
So let's wonder. So about 75% of those advertising dollars are coming from pharma.
Well, in the States, yeah, totally.
I wonder what it is up here.
It's
Like who advertises with global news now?
sports gambling's a lot.
Yeah,
Uh I don't know, I don't watch global. Beer, food.
really? Beer?
Yeah, like Canadian.
Anyway, it's like we're boring the viewer now.
Yeah, I know we
So,
are. But the
so
funny thing
Candace
is like
Owens, I hope she doesn't. So it does seem oddly coordinated,
well,
but
I well, the only reason I know the other people did was because Candace Owens brought it up. She's like, a lot of people are saying this, so I'm gonna say it too, that I'm not
oh,
suicidal. But
oh,
I wanted to
are they
touch.
trying to say that if something happens to me, I didn't kill myself?
Yeah,
Is that what they're
exactly.
doing?
They're like,
Oh, okay.
they're like, if all of a sudden it looks like I became Hillary Clinton's friend and then I decided that she was too evil, so I killed myself, I didn't actually do it, and I'm
So
actually on the Clinton his list.
is this
Hit
is
list.
this just the a later stage of the Charlie Kirk a narrative where now becomes dangerous? And so now, what is that the thing? Is it part of that?
Hold on a sec. My computer froze.
Yeah,
There we
that.
go. Okay, full disclosure. My computer just shat itself, which I guess I don't know. It's like 7 years old now. So I just started a new recording. I always like to say what happened, otherwise people who are paying lots of close attention will notice a jitter or whatever. And I don't want to mislead our listeners, so I don't know how much of that last video was caught. So, Adrian, you were saying we were talking about Candace Owens saying she's not going to commit suicide, and you said, was it part of the Charlie Kirk?
Yeah, are we in the late stage of the narrative now where people like Theo Vaughn and Candace Owens, and who was the other one? The other person that doesn't matter?
Marjorie Taylor Greene.
Right. Three people, all of whom, no matter what their role is in the big game, are all, they're all actors.
Oh, dude,
They're all
like
on
I
the,
fucking hate Theo Vaughn.
they're all on the wrong side of
Hmm.
everything. But are they
Although,
is that why they're saying that? Because is Theo Vaughn saying, because I am now a dangerous truth teller, just like Charlie Kirk was becoming, I might get killed?
I don't know why Theo Vaughn did it because he's too stupid for me to listen to. Like, I
You looked
have
into
this
his
thing where
background?
I don't like to watch stupid people be dumb and laugh at them. Like that's why I don't like Trailer Park Boys and stuff like that. So
Like Trailer Park Boys.
I could never
You did watch,
handle Theo Vaughn because he would always just say the dumbest shit. I'd just be like, oh my God, I can't listen to this.
but it's a character he's playing, right? He's
Yeah.
actually sort of a blue blood.
Oh
Comes
my
from a
God.
very wealthy family.
Yeah, that's true. And he was on Road Rules or whatever.
Yeah. Also, it's his hair's not real.
Really?
Yeah, didn't he get a weave?
He fucking picked a mullet as a weave?
Well, it's a character.
That makes me hate him so much more.
I used to date this girl, lovely girl, long
Yeah.
time ago. But we broke up. It was tough. Then she went and she hopped on a boat and she started working on boats around the British Virgin Islands and the Caribbean.
Damn. She
And
must have got
and she, huh?
rinsed.
Oh man, she's a mother. She's a
Sorry.
mother. What is
Sorry
wrong
to
with you?
allude to the sexual proclivities of your ex-girlfriend who was by the around the British Isles on a boat just
Working. She's working.
having
Anyway,
fun with males in the
that's enough
area.
of your innuendo and
Sometimes
contumely there.
females, hopefully.
But she said to me once, because she ended up like knowing all these people that had private islands and
Oh,
shit, right?
definitely not having sex with any of them.
And she said to me, she's like, "Yeah, I'm on this island with uh Christian Slater." And I was like,
Nice.
"Christian Slater?" And this was when he was, mattered. He doesn't matter anymore. But
Yeah.
he mattered at the time. And I'm like, Christian Slater. Or he was just on the like the cusp. He was about to, but
Was this when he was hard Harry hard on
what is
in
that?
Pump Up the Volume?
Oh, right. Yeah. No, this was after Broken Arrow.
Oh wow, yeah, that's definitely on the decline.
Yeah. So she's like, yeah, he's here. He's just getting away for a while while his plugs grow in. I could tell you a Ryan Reynolds story, but I'm not gonna. I'll tell you
Does he have
after.
plugs?
No, I don't think so.
Apparently, if you pay attention to the whole fuck his wife's lawsuit thing, we talked about it forever ago when it just happened, but he came off really bad in that.
Yeah. Well, because
I
he's not a good guy.
no. Um fuck, I was gonna say something, but I can't remember. Oh yeah, so Candace Owens, like with this Charlie Kirk thing,
I know.
she's like, it could be a limited hangout. I'm just gonna use this word now that I fully know what it means. But
That's not what.
she's apparently like every week, every couple days, she's coming out with new stuff about Charlie Kirk. Like she was like, he was like said he would like they're probably gonna try to kill him and stuff. And then he was saying that she had like text messages saying that he was backing off of Israel and stuff, and how he wasn't like because of what the genocide they were doing was just too much for him to take anymore, and that the donors who were Jewish were like pressuring him to stop like consorting with Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson because there's this whole
Well,
like inter
theater.
right wing
Yeah,
battle civil
sure.
war.
But it's theater. So I
Mhm.
think Candace Owens at this point is, to use your phrase, Alex Jones is on the decline. He's receded back to being a niche. For a while he had growing influence and public attention, and then the whole lawsuit happened where he was sued for $1 billion or whatever. Remember that? And
Yeah.
now he's horrible again. He always was, but now he's back to being really horrible.
Did you know
So we
that's
do.
still
So there's an opening, And Candace Owens is just, she's a candidate for the new Alex Jones.
I
She's
mean,
taking on these narratives, which need to be out there because they are limited hangouts, because they do provide a sort of a valve or an outlet for people like you and I
mhm.
until we realize, oh no, wait, we're being manipulated.
Do you think we'll
They're
ever
not
go
our
full
friends.
circle with how much society is rejecting Israel from their genocide that we'll ever like let David Icke back in? Because the whole reason he's got on the outs was because he was anti-Semitic back when that was like an unredeemable crime. Now it's like you could be like, no, no, I'm not anti-Semitic. I just hate the like government of Israel and I hate
Well, I don't
Zionism.
know. I don't think that's the case, though. I think that the common complaint, the thing that was most readily, expressed by anyone, including your mom, dad, like anyone you knew, because it was that big of a deal, was that David Icke thought that the Queen was a lizard.
No, that's
And
the
then
best
it,
part
and
about David
and then
Icke.
if that was enough to get him excommunicated from public life. But if you cared to follow through and see, well, what does that mean? And then look into it, then you would find the next level of the critique, which was, well, in hit, you see, lizards are Jews. That's what
Oh,
he's really saying.
wait, so
And
is he saying that Queen Elizabeth was a Jewish person or that
yeah,
she
that's
was
the
a
thing. That's
Jew
that's where the theory falls down
and
big time.
all Jewish people are also lizards? I will never stop loving lizard people. I don't believe it, but and like one of my favorite things about it was like we remember when Meghan Markle and Harry were gonna have a kid and she did that Oprah interview and she was like, they just were so racist. It's like, well, yeah, it's the fucking royal family. I don't know what you thought where you're getting into. But she was saying that the queen and other royals, I don't remember who it was specifically, were asking how dark the baby would be and how brown the baby would be. And then in the conspirasphere, they were talking about how that was just like bloodline talk for instead of like how much was her light brown skin going to affect the color of the baby, it was more how much is her non-reptilian lineage going to affect the reptilian hybrid blood of the baby.
Yeah, these are all questions I couldn't give a shit about, but and none of it,
Okay, I just got to say
none of that's true.
I get
None of that
into
is true.
conspiracies for the ridiculous shit because that's just like it's just like fucking comic books for other people like Greek mythology and stuff. That's what conspiracies are for me.
Well, I think they are for a lot of people. I think I don't like the term, as you know, but there is
Mm,
let's call it conspiratainment. There's
conspiratainment.
a culture of conspiratainment,
Mm-hmm.
which is meant to operate on that level.
Yeah.
And I think what's interesting about the moment we're in right now is that let's say the persons of interest that are often the subjects of conspiratainment, and it's the subject of our fascination, the object rather, I should say, of our fascination, like Meghan Markle, will they've started like calling back. They've started actually sending little pings, little signals out there. Like it's like
Yes.
the theater has become much less naturalistic
Mm-hmm.
and much more, it's in its avant-garde postmodern phase now where they're playing along, they're commenting. So the whole thing with Meghan Markle taking a picture of her foot or whatever in the tunnel where Diana died, you recall this from two
Nope.
weeks 2 weeks ago? Oh God, it's gross, really. And I don't, I was never a fan of Princess Di, but there's an obvious assassination, like obvious on its face.
Oh, that's
And what
another
that
thing was because they were like back to the reptilian and the bloodline thing. They were the royals were pissed off because was it Dodi Fayed? Is that his name? The guy she
yeah,
was borking. The theory is that Diana was pregnant with his child, and the royals were upset because that's more non-lizard bloodline that's going to just get into the royal family. Because even though she's like divorced from Charles, she's still technically a
yeah,
royal, so
there's a
her offspring will be royals.
right, right. There's a guy, he's just written a book. I don't recall his name. I listened to an interview with him just a couple weeks ago. Did you ever listen to William Ramsey of William Ramsey
Sounds
Investigates? I
sounds
mean, he's the
familiar.
kind of guy you would listen to.
Yeah.
I like him. But he interviewed a fellow who wrote a book about Diana, about
Hmm.
that killing, and he said, I came up with a list of suspects and their motives, and that was one of them. But if I recall, he dismissed it pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, that's no fun. He's like, hey, this motive theory that Diana was left Princess Charles because he was putting lizard babies inside her, that's not real. Oh, thanks, guy. Thanks for clearing that up.
Well, no, 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 no. But that there was
That
some
Prince Harry was born
no,
with a
no.
lizard
That
tail.
he's saying that for people that aren't crazy, it is plausible, perhaps, that the royal family, the Windsors, did not want a brown baby because they are actually racist or whatever.
Oh, super
That's
racist.
plausible. But
Yeah.
he's like, no, that's not it. There's no evidence at all that she was pregnant. They'd only been together for a week or something. But
Oh,
and who gives a shit? But no, his culprits, his strongest suspects were two extremely powerful lobbies that felt threatened by her what she was lobbying in public to do. And one of them was the arms, international weaponry.
oh yeah. That gets so many people killed.
You don't fuck with them. And
Yeah, we should stop
and
giving
the other
arms to
thing was
despots.
what she did with AIDS, because you really want to get into the fucking weeds. What's AIDS really? And how much of the AIDS narrative was shaped by an
Fauci?
industry? I don't have to tell you which one.
Was it Fauci?
Oh, of course.
One of
Oh,
Joe
you're aiming.
Rogan's. I'm just gonna reference Joe Rogan as much as I can, but one of his favorite little tidbits of information, he's like, the movie Dallas Buyers Club? Fauci was the bad guy in that movie, and it's
Yeah, well,
true.
he's right. I'm not a Rogan fan, but that's true. That's
Yeah,
true. Whatever. You could get into that's a fucking rabbit hole.
another movie I haven't watched.
Duesberg and what, Dallas Buyers Club?
Yeah,
It's
it,
good. It's
it looked
interesting though because it's
depressing.
got Jared Leto in it, and he's actually really good, and that's hard for me to admit
Well,
because
he's a really good
he's
actor.
a
He's just
monster.
crazy,
Mm, mm,
which
yeah,
is probably why he's a good actor.
he owns Lookout Mountain.
Yeah, that's weird. All that stuff about him is weird, like his whole cult thing, and it's
Yeah.
funny because to talk about something topical like Tron Ares, is that whatever it's called, that just opened up for a bigger bomb than fucking Morbius. And it's like, stop putting Jared Leto in movies, guys. He fucking They tried Morbius, he
Oh, is
failed.
he in the Tron thing?
Yeah, he's the main antagonist, I think. And then they put him as the Joker and it was fucking abysmal. Like it just bombed. Like people do not want to watch Jared Leto.
No, they
Give it up,
don't.
Hollywood.
And this is what makes Dallas Buyers Club quite unusual is that he's quite fetching his performance. I mean, he plays a very sick. I don't want to say the word. You're not allowed to say the word anymore. He's a man who dresses like a lady.
Transvestite?
Yeah, he's a transvestite. And because it's the 80s.
Yeah.
Anyway, he's really good at, and he lost all this weight and he's excellent.
Hmm.
He's excellent. But I mean, speaking of monsters, I interviewed him once. I actually have been on the phone. I've had a phone call with
With
Jared
Jared
Leto.
Leto?
Yeah. And you know what's interesting? It's
What's
not
his
that
dick taste
interesting.
like?
I'm telling you anyway. Tasted like Morbius.
Like
Tasted
a
like
vampire?
Lookout Mountain. You know what Lookout Mountain, what that translates to in German?
No.
Spielberg.
Really?
No, I don't think so.
Oh.
But
You had me fully. The guy
well,
who likes
you know how
lizard
we find
people, you
out is we
convinced
ask a
me of
German
something.
speaking person. But yeah, I was on the phone with him because I interviewed him because he was coming to town with his fucking shitty band, and the tour bus crashed in the middle of our call. I've only had because I've
What?
interviewed. Yeah, he was fine. It's like, oh, our tour bus just crashed. I mean, I heard a lot of chaos and stuff, but he was arrogant, and he was one of three people where I've been on the phone with them, and I'm not just saying this because I didn't know this at the time, and I'm not just saying this because of what I think I know now, but sometimes you do an interview, in my case, 3 times specifically, where you're like, I like that person is there's something really wrong with that person. That person is a mess. That person's evil.
Oh,
He was one
really?
of them. He was one of them.
Who are the other two? Who are the other two?
I don't want to tell you.
Who are the other
One of
two?
them was one of them's in jail now.
Who are the other? Tell me who was it? The guy from Lost Prophet? Well, he's not in jail anymore. He's
It was no,
underground.
it was Jacob Hoggard.
Who's that?
He was on Canada's Got Talent, but back in the early 2000s. What was it called? Uh,
Canada's Got
and,
Talent.
and then he was in, maybe, I don't know. And then but he didn't win, but he was the guy that everybody loved because he was crazy
Why'd he
and
go to jail?
he was an imp. He was impish.
Why'd he go to jail?
Oh, because he's a fucking sex beast predator.
Oh,
He raped whatever. He's a horrible man. I knew, but at the time he was like riding high. But he ended up he was from a fucking band from like New Westminster or Surrey or
from
Langley.
here?
Yeah, come on.
I don't fucking even know who this guy
And
is.
then when he started like becoming super famous on this talent show, he fired the band and replaced them.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then went out. And then I interviewed him when that band was touring, and oh, he was awful. I could tell, like, and I had nothing, I had no reason to think this or feel this way or dislike this guy. I didn't think his music was anything,
Yeah.
but I thought, like, you always go in, I'm often surprised at how much I enjoy a person's like, conversation with someone whose art I despise.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, he was awful. And then the other one was Ryan Adams.
Brian Adams or Ryan Adams?
Ryan.
That guy should have to change his name. Because every time I hear it, I'm like, Brian Adams? They're like, no, Ryan Adams. I'm like, oh, I've heard of him, but I don't know his music.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's been around for a while. Is he like, let me guess his type of evil. Is he just like super arrogant and narcissistic for the level of fame he's got? And he's like
That's exactly
overinflated
it.
ego?
That's exactly it. And then he was eventually, um, oh, what's her name? He was exposed by a female artist that he sort of mentored. And she said he was abusive and
Harley Ray Jepsen?
predatory. And no, but I did her first ever bio.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's really sweet.
Look at
She's
you
a
with your
real
fingers all in the music industry.
no. It was just before she blew up.
Just before she popped.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Speaking of the music industry,
Yeah.
did you hear the latest hot goss
No.
about
What?
JT and Katy Perry smooching on her yacht?
Oh, nice. She finally kissed a girl.
Yeah. Damn.
I saw
Uh
that.
it just makes me hate, like, I love JT, and this makes me love him even more because to get not only like one of the, well, she's kind of on the downslope now to talk about it in terrible man terms, but she was like probably one of the hottest women I ever thought when she was like at the height of her power. But to kiss a girl on her yacht is fucking next level fucking like kept man shit. I love it.
So again, I feel like we're occupying 2 sides of the narrative here. You're
Yeah.
on the inside of the narrative, enjoying the spectacle as if it was real and it
Yeah.
mattered. And I'm on the outside of it going, it's a construct. It is more theater. It's a spectacle. The spectacle has been carefully managed.
See,
And
I
and
don't get.
why would I my best option is to look away and not care, although I've got things to say. This is a pear,
Yeah.
right? I grew this. This is from
Nice.
I have a pear tree, and every
Ooh.
2 years it produces like thousands of these fucking
Is that a
things.
Bartlett?
I don't know. It's a pear. I
Bartlett
don't know.
pears.
I've never looked into it. I
Oh,
know there's Bartlett pears and there's all these pears. I actually don't know. I know they're good.
is it like when you bite into them, are they kind of like grainy?
No,
Oh, that's probably not a Bartlett because those are pretty grainy.
it's
Like
like an apple.
it feels like they're gritty.
No, not until they start getting really ripe. But no, if I bite into this now, it has the same consistency as an apple.
Yeah, that's not
Crunchy. It's a
that's
crunchy pear.
that is not a barley pear. I can't remember what it is.
It's a great pear. So this pear matters. Katy Perry. The fact that this is my favorite pear
Okay,
right now.
I'm
Listen
not.
here. Listen.
Yes.
Remember what I described him a few episodes ago as a Manchurian prime minister?
Yeah.
Well, she's a Manchurian pop star. If before
Oh.
all of this happened, if you had come to me and said, "Hey, Adrian, name a pop culture figure who you think almost certainly is an asset of the deep state, whatever you want to call it,
Yeah.
or just an asset, somebody who's being controlled and puppeteered, who is that person?" I would have, without hesitation, I would have said, "Well, Katy Perry is incredibly obvious."
Wait,
So
are
here,
you gonna tell me that her ex-husband isn't real?
I have huge doubts.
The fuck is his name? Why did I just blank on his
Russell
name?
Brand,
Yeah. I used
and
to listen
I
to his
like
podcast too. It was great too.
it was, but he's retreated from public life, I think,
Yeah,
or
it's funny because it's
maybe
like
he just left Twitter.
this is my conspiracy theories. Like I'll find a new guy and I'll be like, "Oh, this is good." And I'll listen, 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 listen. They'll be like talking about Jesus. You're like, "Oh, that's weird. That conspiracy guy got into Jesus." And they're like super into Jesus. You're like, "Wow, that guy really loves Jesus." And then they like kind of like taper off, and then they like.
It has become a very interesting bend in the river. That's all this people getting into Jesus, and
I
and
think
I
it's
say
like
that
me and the
someone who loves
Netanyahu
Jesus.
thing, where it's like if
No,
you
no, it started before that. I mean, Nick Cave really got the ball rolling
No,
when
I
he
mean I
came.
just mean like as my experience where it's like you get into conspiracies and then you like find really evil shit that's like actual evil and you're like what's the answer to this evil and like Jesus is basically like the goodest guy who's
Well,
going to help you out.
maybe it's that, or maybe, because there's other ways to find Jesus. Like, for instance, every single, major 20th century scientists of note ended up at Jesus.
Oh
Everybody that
really?
was involved in quantum physics, Niels Bohr, whomever, sure, all of them,
Oh, Niels Bohr, that guy, I remember him. Fucking nerd.
they all end up at God. And that's not because maybe that's just because at the end of the day, that's the only answer.
Yeah.
You come to it through that's your route. You read a bunch of books by David Icke, and
I haven't
you
read any
you
David Icke.
flirt with anti-Semitism for a while, and then you find Jesus.
That anti-Semitism is the gateway to Jesus.
In your case,
It's the gateway drug to Jesus. Um, yeah.
for others, it's just really pondering and experiencing the vast, unknowable, ineffable nature of existence.
You know what I think it is?
What?
Jesus, if you like put your heart into Jesus, he's the only like a religious like whatever it's called, like God or whatever, religious figure that you could totally believe in and still eat bacon.
Right, right.
Every other religious figure you have to give up bacon.
I'm so glad you brought this up because I've been struggling manfully
Hmm.
of late over pork. And
Is it because you keep thinking it's humans or you're scared of getting trigonosis?
a little from column A and a little from column B if I'd ever heard of trigonosis. I thought botulism was the problem, but I don't know.
No.
I don't know. I do know that the solution is Jesus. But yeah, I'm like I've lost my taste for it, and then suddenly serendipitously certain friends of mine have just brought up, yeah, I don't dig on the swine, they say.
Mm.
And I'm like, and then I ask why, and they say they have the whole litany of reasons. One of them being, yeah, a little too close to human. And why did the ancients reject pork? And then I say to them, yeah, but bacon. They go, oh yeah, I still eat bacon.
Yeah. That's like cured and smoked and stuff. I think the original like religious people gave up on pork is because of trigonosis, because it's the only
What is
animal.
fucking
And
trigonosis? What?
it's like this fucking parasite that's in pigs, and if you eat a pig with trigonosis, it goes into you, and it's like this fucking parasite that burrows through your muscle matter, and like and swine get it. So bears who are in the same like family member genus as pigs, they can also get trichinosis. So like that's one. I think that's why God told the Jews not to eat it when they're in the desert, like
Why
in
didn't he call it
Leviticus.
piganosis?
I don't know. There's probably three of something in it. Like my super scientific explanation of what it is
Right.
lacking, including why they named it what they named
Well,
it.
okay, but people, people are eating pork constantly, all the time, all around us, and I haven't heard of one person that had a parasite that burrowed through their bone
Well,
mass
no,
or
because they don't sell pork with trichinosis. But like
you have to go to a special store for that.
also if you're raising pigs and they get out, they'll just murder you because it's like one of the it's like
That's silly. There's a
it
pig that shows up at my front door, like my front gate. I'm not
oh
kidding.
really?
There's a pig. Yeah, I can't remember her name.
Is
She
it a
just fucking
potbelly
hangs
pig?
out. No, it's a big old, I don't know. She's got a big belly, but she's huge. No, she's like bigger than my dog.
Has she like gone
Bigger than
un
my big dog. I
has she gone undomesticated and gone feral yet?
I think
Like
she's pretty domesticated. I think she just likes wandering around the I live on like a cul-de-sac, and I think she likes to go for a little
hmm,
walk.
is she still pink?
No, she's like black and brown.
Yeah, so the weird
She's
thing
furry.
about with pigs is like if they get out like if you have a like a pink pig and it runs into the forest, it'll turn into like a boar within its lifetime. Like they
What?
get undomesticated really fast.
Well, and then they change shape.
Yes. They
Get out.
change shape, they grow thicker hair, they change color, and they grow tusks. They're part of bears, so they're
Okay.
half demon. Because bears are demons, as far as I'm concerned. Like when you hear
Really?
old stories from the Renaissance about demons in the woods killing kids, it was just bears. Think of like the scariest animal you can, and then you go like the simple test is could that animal kill a grizzly of the same size of it? And the answer is no, because they have all the teeth of a dog, they have the claws of a cat, and they're fucking strong as a gorilla.
Can a hippo kill a bear? I can't believe that's where we're at now with this stupid fucking
You know
show.
what?
We're,
If a
we're
bear
like
was
we're
the same
like
size as a hippo,
bear versus hippo. Who
that
wins?
that's a good call straight from the get. If a hippo can bite it, the hippo wins. Because the hippo also has good defense because it has like thick skin. Did you know hippos can bite fucking crocodiles in half?
Yeah, I kind of did. I mean, I didn't know that. No one's ever put those words together for me, but I knew it in my heart. I knew it.
Hey, are you wearing a Waylon Jennings hat?
Yeah.
Nice. Is that because we were talking about Waylon Jennings last episode?
Yeah, because I got a picture of Waylon Jennings on my bar. You want to
Nice.
see it?
Yeah.
It's great. Yes.
Show me. Oh, nice.
And that's an orchid in the foreground.
Yeah, that's a very nice flower.
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna make fun of you. I love flowers. I take pictures of flowers all
No,
the
no,
time.
that flower's for a friend. Um,
It's the Dutch in me.
yeah, Waylon. Waylon versus a hippo. Waylon wins. But I know
Yeah.
I want to. I'm speaking of pigs. This
Mhm.
Jimmy Carr fella.
Do you not like Jimmy Carr?
No, I don't like Jimmy Carr.
I
And I'll
saw him
tell you
live.
what. Well,
Yeah, tell me
good.
what.
How was it? How was it for you? I'm
It was
glad that you're getting
long.
out.
My back got sore from the seat. I had to get up and walk around because I'm old
Did,
as fuck.
didn't you tell me this exact same story, but it was a
Yeah, I
different
did.
comedian? Who was the other
Oh,
comedian
it was
that
Jim
made you?
Jeffries and Jimmy Carr. They were. It was a double
No,
bill.
nah, somebody else you saw, but
You can't dislike everything, Adrian.
I don't dislike everything. That's very unfair. I
Okay, fine. You
enjoyed.
can't dislike everything I like. Fucking tell me Katy Perry's a Manchurian pop star. JT's a Manchurian leader, which it makes a lot of sense. Oh, I want to go
Listen,
back to
man,
that. Sorry.
it's no skin off my ass if you want to like lost profits. It's
But
just not my jam, as the kids say.
before we move on to Jimmy Carr, I just want to say I'm not fighting you on that JT and Katy Perry is set up. It's just a weird fucking couple to set up unless they have more plans for JT to move him into some role
Oh yeah.
that would
Oh, I think you're
affect
right
stuff.
about that. Yeah.
Like, because this could be like,
He's
because he
being kept
kind
in the
of,
public eye. He's
yeah,
being groomed for something else.
like
Yes.
redemption. Like, but like, I don't know what it would be because it can't be politics. Like, he can't go back into
Well, like
politics.
maybe they give him a job like a fucking Tony Blair. Maybe he's in the, the whatever, the European, what they give
Oh,
him
he's
some
the guy who gets
bullshit
to go
job.
say what happens in Gaza,
Yeah,
like
exactly.
fucking Tony Blair.
Yeah.
Okay, that's
And
what we want.
he becomes a mouthpiece for what were the weapons manufacturers of the world? I
Uh,
don't know. Yeah, that's what I would expect. That's where he
Bombardier.
goes
Do they
next.
make weapons?
Bombardier?
I was
I
trying
think
to think of a
so.
Canadian one.
Yeah, I don't, yeah, it's fuck, man. I never thought Bombardier.
Are they even still a thing?
Long time since I heard of that. I have no idea. Avro? I don't know.
Um, Lockheed
I do
Martin.
know that Hawkins cheesies. Everyone is like they buy Hawkins cheesies because they're like it's a Canadian cheese snack, yeah, and they're all fucking proud and whatever, elbows up about their stupid fucking Hawkins cheesies. What they don't
Fucking
understand is
elbows
that
up.
Hawkins cheesies was purchased by Lockheed Martin back in 2007.
Really?
Oh
Why would
no,
Adrian? You know I'm gullible. I believe in lizard people, for Christ's sake. You can't tell me stuff like that.
but yeah, this Jimmy Carr guy. Here's the thing about Jimmy Carr is I
Yeah,
think on paper those jokes work. On paper, he's a funny man, right? He understands comedy. But the minute I see him, I see that he's the prickiest face on earth. He's a very punchable guy,
he does
and
look
he
like a marionette dummy.
can't stand him. I can't stand his whole comportment. I can't stand his. It's not the right word, but his superciliousness. Everything just rubs me the wrong way. We're talking about Tim Dillon. Now, Tim Dillon, I could watch. That man makes me laugh. I enjoy it. You know what you can tell when you like if you really think someone's funny because then you start imitating them. And
Yeah,
who's doing Jimmy Carr? Jimmy Carr, ugh, horrible, horrible. But
he.
having said that, whatever it is he's in trouble about, I think he upset a deaf lady. This is what I have to say.
Do you want to hear what happened? The only reason I put this in is because I feel like it was some sort of weird throwback to what online outrage culture used to be, and it is so fucking dumb and pedantic that there's like no way anybody actually cares. So what happened was this deaf chick was at his show, which A, if you're deaf, why are you going to fucking stand up comedy? But she said there was like subtitles or whatever on the big screen so she could follow along. B, she sounds like an exceptionally weak butted person who gets butt hurt very easily because what happened was she was wearing a fucking beret to Jimmy Carr like she had no idea who this guy even was. And he made fun of her beret. He's like, "Oh, you here as a scout for the French Resistance or whatever?" And then he's like, "Oh, that's a cute cat."
Go on.
and then and then he makes fun of her beret, and then she's like, "I'm deaf." And he's like, "Oh, sorry, blah blah blah." And he's like, "You know what's the best part about making fun of deaf people? Or making jokes about deaf people?" And they're like, "No." He's like, "Well, they can't hear you making fun of them." And then she like, I was so upset and just like gets all like fucking pearl clutchy about it and is like, "I can't believe he said that. What he said just wasn't funny." It's like, bitch, that's Jimmy Carr. That is like
Well, yeah. I
that is
mean, that,
about as light roasting as you get with him. Like
yeah.
this is the guy who says that thank God for mosquito nets in Africa because they stopped mosquitoes getting AIDS.
Mm.
That
Mm.
was his favorite dirty bad joke. And then like I know like Adrian hates Jimmy Carr and it's like it's hard to watch because it's a lot of one-liners. But if you ever just look up YouTube roast videos with Jimmy Carr because he fucking
On,
roasts
on paper, great.
so fucking hard.
Yeah.
And I don't know, maybe Adrian hates him because they're both British and he like feels like
He does remind me of a certain type of Brit that
Jimmy
I
Carr's like a
never cared for.
racist stereotype of what a British person is.
Yeah. Yeah, he's whatever. He's not to my liking. But I think this deaf lady needs to fucking grow up. And um yeah, like why go to a show? Why does anybody ever get into that fight with the comedian? It's the worst
hmm
thing you can do. Never wrestle a chimney sweep. Dale. Never.
Speaking of weird British sayings, chimney sweep.
Don't make fun of the chimney sweeps. They all got fucking testicular cancer in there before they were even their balls had even dropped.
Was
You
that
know
from the
that?
hot pokers
I
or
no.
from?
What's wrong with you? No, it's because of a certain carcinogen in soot. And
Oh,
they'd send these
really?
little kids up there with their brushes and they all would get testicular cancer. Do you know how I knew my balls had dropped?
How? You
I
didn't get
heard them.
cancer? What? You
No,
heard them?
they fell with a light thunk. Um, yeah, don't make fun of the chimney sweeps.
Okay. I will not.
I guess that's in super bad taste.
Next time I meet a chimney sweep, I'll be like, Adrian Mack says you're okay,
I have
but
a
you're
fucking
okay
chimney
with me.
sweep, by the way. His name's Dave, and he plays in the most popular band on Salt Spring. He's a great guy. He
Okay,
described
okay.
it. He,
Is it a band that has like toured? Are they like actually a thing
no,
I would have heard? Okay.
no. They're a local band that just does. They just do covers, but they're really good, and they're very popular here.
Who do they cover?
Who? Let's see. They do Fleetwood Mac. They do the
Ooh,
James Gang. They do
old stuff.
the Faces. They do the fucking
Oh,
Faces, man.
nice.
They do ABBA. They do. They've got good taste.
Do they
I
do the
like.
faces or do they tiny faces?
I don't even know what that is. They do the
I
Faces. They do "Stay with Me" by Rod Stewart and the Faces.
oh, I thought tiny.
They
I thought so.
they
The
do a great
faces
version of "Saturday Night's All Right for Fighting,"
was
and it's a
there
big.
only was there only ever one iteration of faces with Rod
There was the
Stewart?
Small Faces.
Oh, that's what I said. I said tiny faces. I meant small faces.
Yeah,
Okay, sorry.
you meant Small Faces, and they became the Faces. And then briefly the Small Faces again, and then the Faces.
Oh, little back and forth. Rod
Yeah. Oh,
Stewart
yeah.
is like one of those guys where it's like when he was in the faces, it was fucking rad, and then he
Yeah.
like became Rod Stewart and just made songs for wine moms. One of the most wasted voices.
Well, that's the big line, isn't it? That who was it? It was John Landau or some prominent critic in the 70s who said, "Never, never has anyone betrayed their talent more completely than Rod Stewart." Like something like that, right? Which is sort of true. But even there was a little period there, solo period. Early Rod is pretty fucking great.
Yeah. No, like even I like you put him on at the nerve office. I was like, this is cool. What is this? And you're like,
Yeah.
it's Rod Stewart. And I was like, you're trying to make me gay. You're
And
trying
it
to make me gay.
worked.
Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Turn it off. Before you know, I'll be sucking Trump sticks. Turn it off.
Nicely done.
Um, I think we
Nice.
should end there because my child wants to come into the
Yeah.
room.
No. We're right on schedule.
Yeah. Yeah. Hour and 16 minutes like
Well,
clockwork.
that's my cat sitting in front of the Whalen picture. Can you see that?
Nice. Yeah, I can see it. Yeah, so anything you want to say? Come in.
No, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much. I'm glad I got to show you my pair.
Yeah.
And yeah,
I'm proud of you for growing pears. It's
I
a
don't
very
even do
manly thing
anything.
to do.
I don't even do anything. They just
You're
fucking
the best farmer I know.
I'm very successful at it.
That's a dig that no one else is going to get
I don't get it.
because we know a farmer.
Oh, Brad?
Oh, you're not supposed to say it. It's funnier if only you and me know what we're talking about.
Sorry.
That's fine.
All right. Okay. Well,
Okay.
I got to take my dogs for just like last time. I need to take my
Nice.
dogs for a walk.
Okay.
So I want to thank you again and all of our listeners.
How much longer can I trick you into doing this? Are you fed up yet?
No, not at all. But but I'm just holding this seat for Jeff. He should come back.
Mm-hmm. I think you will. I guess we'd never really explained what happened to Jeff. So after the Charlie Kirk killing, Jeff just felt really kind of turned off with social media and he kind of didn't want to talk because like the whole premise of the show is we talk about what's happening on social media, even though me and Adrian just joke around about other stuff. So he got really turned off and he didn't really want to interact with it. So he was like, I got to take this one off, like right after Charlie Kirk said. And then I was like this episode or for a while? He's like, I think I'm good for a while. And I was like, all right, just let me know when you're ready. So I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just giving him space, but I still talk to him. Like we're still friends. It's not like I cut him out of my life. I just on purpose don't bring up the podcast because I don't want to like make him come back when he's not comfortable with it.
All right.
Because I get it. Like not everybody wants to go on the internet and talk shit. Like I've had to go back as a friend. A friend was applying for jobs and he's like, "Hey, can you untag me from all the videos that I was in?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure. I don't care. Like it's not like fucking anything's gonna go wrong with me." He's like, "But," and then he was like, "Can you just delete them off the internet?" I was like, "Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like, you want them gone, you're in them. I'm not gonna leave them up when you don't want them there. Like, that's not good energy." So, like, I get it. Like,
Yeah,
not everybody wants to be up there.
no, no. I mean, even just doing it, we're wading into a sewer.
Oh yeah,
There's that feeling, and then, you know, I'm constitutionally incapable of not saying what I think.
that's why I love you so much.
And,
You're like my own personal Trump. Except I'm not sucking your dick.
not anymore.
That was a phase in college. I don't want to talk about it. I deleted all those videos off the internet.
Yeah, but I know I will. I'm sure at some point it'll occur to me. I'll smoke the wrong weed one night and I'll get super fucking bothered that I'm out
Yeah,
there saying all this stuff because I hate it. I really hate it. But then there's a part of me that really does think, there everything is so atomized now. Like our information sources have been completely shattered, and so you can what's left. And I do actually believe this. Like I do think we can only talk to each other and and be true to ourselves and yeah, that's what I'll do when I come on
yeah.
here. Like I'll say stupid shit, but I am telling you what I think.
Hmm.
And I am hoping that there's somebody out there who goes, "Oh, it's nice to know that he thinks that too." Uh
Yeah,
and then the next time your government tells you to do something really fucking stupid and dangerous, you go, "No."
yeah. And it's like to build on that, you just got to be like nice to each other. Don't be overly kind because then you'll just get taken advantage of. But it's
Yeah.
like it doesn't matter who the villain is, whether it's like some weird cult, lizard people like David Icke says, just big government, the deep state. They all want to split up from each other. So if we just stick together, we
Yeah.
don't even have to do anything or fight back. Just the fact that we keep talking to each other and being
Yeah.
cordial with each other, that's enough to piss them off. So that tells me that it's the right thing to do.
Yep. No, I pretty much agree 100%. Pretty
So
much
me and Adrian
100%.
are going to be
Pretty much
friends
100%.
forever.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. And in spite of all the things that happened in the past that were unspeakable.
unfriendly.
No, we were never not friendly with one another. But I mean, I thought you were. No, I'm not gonna say that.
Say it. Oh my God, I love hearing what people like. First impression, people
No,
always hate me.
I couldn't think of anything.
Oh,
That's all. I'm tired. I gotta take
I'm
my dog.
just too charming.
No, you're low. I always enjoyed your company a lot.
Yeah. And you're like, this guy's the lowest common denominator. He likes terrible movies and terrible music. And I'm like,
You're
I
just such a
do.
you were such a fucking pleasant. You're such a ray of sunshine in that office. You were always in a good mood, and you're always really eager and up for anything. You would do anything. It was great. I'd give you these horrible assignments, and I'd say, just say something, say this horrible thing, and you would do it, and you would do it like this. You would fucking laugh. You got it.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just
no,
felt
you're
like the cool kids were talking to me. So I was like, yeah, cool, awesome. You guys run a magazine. I'll do whatever you want. You want me to interview some band that you guys think is terrible, but I actually like secretly? Yeah, sure.
yeah. Yeah, no.
All
Nice.
right.
Okay.
And on
Now,
that note,
of course, now you're like you're not even an equal. You've superseded me, and
no, don't say
now
that.
I'm in awe of you.
Now I'm gonna
But
have
yeah, you were gonna
imposter
wrap it
syndrome.
up. What?
Yeah. Now I'm gonna get imposter syndrome. I'll be like, Adrian thinks I'm doing good stuff. I better do good stuff.
Yeah, you weld. Okay, that's it.
All
I
right.
gotta go.
Okay. Until next time, stay angry.